Round 10 of the World Rally Championship, and it's time to put the foot down. This is Rally Finland.
You can't brake, you just go flat out.
I have a good technique.
Flat out, if line is right.
I like to jump sometimes.
No mistakes here.
Still want to have some air for the fans.
Sebastian Loeb has dominated 2005 with 7 wins so far, but he knows victory here will not be easy.
But I really want to win here, and some other driver can be also very fast here. We'll see. I will try to do it like every time. Try to go fast at the start, and I see what happens.
Marcus Grönholm has won this, his home event, 4 times in the past 5 years, and Finland offers him his best chance yet to unseat Loeb.
We have not been really that competitive to beat Sebastian with our car this year, so. But here, maybe.
Grönholm's teammate Marco Martin has been frustrated with the Peugeot 307 so far this year, but with a new adjustable shock absorber, he's hopeful for a change in fortunes. And if the favourites do slip up, then this man will probably take full advantage. Petter Solberg's yet to win here in Finland. Despite lying second in the championship, he knows he desperately needs the 10 points that come with victory.
I hear you're not cutting your hair until you beat Sebastian Loeb, until you get a win. Is that true?
Yeah, because the team thinks I'm not very nice on my hair, so then it's up to the team and myself, everybody, to let it happen, yeah.
He's in good form though, Sebastian. You could end up looking like John Bon Jovi, you never know.
Yeah, exactly. Forget it.
Tony Gardemeister heads Ford's challenge, but the surprise package could be Mirka Hirvonen, who's having his first outing this season in the WRC Works car. He's Ford's second nominated point scorer. Harry Rovanperä lives here in Jyväskylä. His local knowledge should help Mitsubishi to a respectable finish. And Skoda will be looking to Jani Parsonen to improve their miserable season. He finished 6th here last year in the Fabia. As a sport, rallying certainly isn't short of fans here in Finland, and 500,000 spectators are expected to turn out to support their heroes. So we're here in Scandinavia for the 55th running of Rally Finland, the Finnish Grand Prix. The event's based on the town of Jyväskylä, 3 hours north of the capital Helsinki. It's the event formerly known as the Rally of 1,000 Lakes. It is the fastest event on the calendar and won all the drivers' respect. Championship leader Sebastian Loeb will be looking for his first win here to increase his 27-point lead ahead of Petter Solberg. And in the manufacturer's standings, it's Citroën that has a slender 6-point advantage over French rivals Peugeot. A blast around the 2-kilometre Super Special gets the rally underway, a treat for thousands of enthusiastic local fans. A good start here for Skoda's #1 driver Armin Schwarz, the German veteran, 3rd fastest in the wet going. But it's Petter Solberg who made the best start in Finland, the Norwegian fastest by 6 tenths. Second was Harry Rovanperä. The rain's eased off as the rally moves into the nearby forest, but the damp roads ahead should mean faster speeds and less loose gravel for championship leader Sebastian Loeb to sweep clear. So off he goes, his mission to continue his record-breaking run with another consecutive victory.
100 mètres, fin en garde, gauche 140 plus semi-court.
The man who's desperate to halt the Frenchman's challenge is Petter Solberg.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The Norwegian hasn't won a rally since Mexico, and that was back in March. He needs to get back to his winning ways as soon as possible if he's to stand any chance of stopping Loeb running away with another driver's title. Back with Loeb, he's approaching the midpoint split, 14.5 kilometres into the stage. 6 minutes and 24 seconds. The wet road has certainly made conditions a lot faster this year. And it's in these tricky damp conditions when Solberg normally excels. Here comes that split time. 1.6 seconds slower already, not the start he was looking for. Marcus Gronholm's just 3 points behind Solberg in the Drivers' Championship. Despite Loeb's dominance, he's arguably the favourite to win his home event. How well has he started? Well, that's good stuff, nearly a second quicker than Loeb. So far, so good for Marcus Gronholm. Loeb's desperate to win this event. He's been cautious here in previous years, but he's anything but that this morning. He's given it all right to the finish line.
Being first on the road when it's dry, you lose some time because of the gravel, but yeah, it's okay. The conditions are very good. It's incredible how it's fast.
Has Solberg been able to respond over the second half of the stage?
Extra long, 100.
It's not looking good so far.
60. Keep flat right to the 100. Okay.
Nearly 3 seconds slower than the world champion. A frustrating start for the Subaru driver. Marcus Gronholm knows these roads better than probably anyone. Just look at the commitment that he's able to show. He's been looking good to beat Sebastian Loeb. He's had a small off near the end of the stage. And how has that affected his time? It's going to be very close. He is slower, but just by 0.4 of a second. So what about that narrow escape?
I was a little bit down in the ditch on one corner and hit the rear wheel, but the car is fine, there is no problem, but I slowed down after that.
François Duval returned to action for the Citroën team with a solid yet unspectacular 7th in Argentina. He'll be hoping to increase his pace as each rally progresses. But this is very quick stuff. That was a lucky escape for the young Belgian, a very early wake-up call. You don't get too many second chances in Finland. It just shows 100% concentration is needed on this demanding event. He's 10th fastest after that frightener. Gigi Galli's been very impressive in the Mitsubishi Lancer this season. The amiable Italian won the production class of the event last year, beating a lot of the local experts in the process. There's another wake-up call for him as well. He's lost control of the rear end. And that's a disastrous start for the Italian. Not far behind is Skoda's Jani Parsonen. How much he'd love to repeat that 6th-place finish that he achieved last year.
We went off the road, not too much, but we have a problem with the one arms, I think.
Galli desperate to get back on the road, but the car looks to be firmly wedged in the ditch. Parsonen's closing fast on the stranded Galli. Plenty of spectators slowing him down. He doesn't know what to expect, and there's not much space for him to try and get by. And now Jani has got the Skoda stuck in a ditch. Well, Galli has got the Mitsubishi moving, but co-driver Guido D'Amore and Gini himself come over to assist. They know it's their fault that the Fabia is stuck. For the drivers, this is a time-wasting nightmare. Parson will get going eventually, but lost nearly 3 minutes trying to get back onto the road.
His car in the completely locked the road. We almost stopped. We have first gear inside, and I look where I can go, and I try to go right side, but its car goes just out of the road. And
okay, say sorry to everybody. Okay. Ciao, ciao.
So a couple of early casualties already, but Loeb leads the Rally of Finland for the first time, just 0.3 of a second ahead of Gronholm and 2 ahead of Solberg. Jani Chorhino is the leading Skoda driver just outside the points. Duval currently down in 10th in his Citroën. So can Gronholm fight back on his home event? We'll have to wait and see after the break. Day 1 continues after this. Welcome back to Finland with Jani Parsinen way down in 39th after his off. Armin Schwartz is shouldering the responsibility of bringing home points for Skoda. He's running down in 14th though, and is showing little sign of improvement. Chris Atkinson has started well. He's currently in the points in 8th position. But another mistake there by the Subaru driver. Well, he gets moving again, but the left front wheel is not looking clever.
Just broken the tyre rod end, so we lost our steering. Is it fixable? Yeah, it's fixable. We'll just take some time. We've got to get the sump guard off first.
Another youngster is having a considerably better time in the rally. 25-year-old Mikko Järvinen, called up by the 4 team for his home event, is running in 6th. His compatriot and teammate Tony Gardemeister is just under 10 seconds ahead in 5th place. Ford looking strong early on to continue their points-scoring successive run. Well, he's been incredibly consistent himself so far this season. He's scored points in every round, and for the last 2 rallies he's been showing impressive pace to boot. He's doing so again in front of his army of home fans. Well, Finland's about as close as it comes to a home event for this man as well. Estonian Marko Martin's homeland is just across the Baltic Sea, and thousands of his countrymen line the stages to cheer on their hero.
80, 6 right, into 6 minus left.
The new non-Peugeot shock absorbers appear to be making a difference, and on stage 3 he overhauls Gardemeister to claim 4th. Peter Solberg's been complaining about constant understeer with this year's Impreza, and he hasn't won a rally since Mexico in March. He's already chasing the leaders. This is classic Finnish rallying. One jump leads into the next, and the perfect line is absolutely essential. Commitment is 100%, and Petter is absolutely on the limit. By the end of stage 4, though, he's 11 seconds behind the leader. Loeb is the man in front coming into stage 3. For once, though, this season, he'll have a real fight on his hands if he's still to be there on Sunday afternoon. Marcus Grönholm will not want to be beaten in his own backyard. Big slide from the Frenchman, nicely held. He barely misses a beat, but it has cost him a little time, and everybody will see those tyre tracks as they go through the forest. Grönholm was just 0.3 of a second behind Loeb after stage 2, and he gets straight to work chasing the Frenchman. Succeeding on the Rally of Finland is all about commitment, precision and bravery, and Grönholm has all 3 in spades. The end's in sight. There's the time he's up against. Well, here come the Flying Finnish warning boards. It's looking good. It's better than good. That's a fantastic time from Grönholm, breaking the record for the Lukar stage. The Finn is the new rally leader.
Congratulations, you're leading the rally.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
There's a smile on your face.
Yeah, back to normal.
Can't be enough Rally Finlands for him. Loeb finally then has a challenge for victory. He responds with another good time on stage 4. Grönholm is looking impressively quick still. The powerful 307 is much better suited to the flat-out roads in Finland. And once again, he's quickest on the 4th test. So the Finns now got a lead of 4.5 seconds ahead of Loeb. Francois Duval up to 8th after Chris Atkinson was forced to retire following that damaging off. The weather's starting to brighten up with heavy rain from the previous night affecting the stages. The surface is still quite damp coming into stage 5. Jani Parsinen's luck is not improving. He's damaged his rear suspension, and it'll be the end of a very frustrating first day. Fellow Finn Harry Rovanperä is now the only Mitsubishi driver in with a realistic chance of claiming points, following Gigi Galli's off earlier in the day. The Finns are resident of the rally's home-based town, Jyväskylä, another local expert. He's continuing to hold on to 7th after stage 5. In fact, half the drivers in the top 8 are currently Finns, no surprise. Tony Gardemeister leads Ford's charge in 5th place. This is one of the many flat-out sections here. He's only 35 seconds off the leader's pace, and he's closing on the 4th place of Marco Martin. Back to the battle for the lead then. Can Solberg get back in touch with the lead pair? A lot of this stage is new, so the first test here of these particular pace notes, and that might be crucial. Jump maybe was the call from Phil Mills. That seemed to be jump definitely though. Solberg's responding to this new test with brio though. Quickest through so far. It's not been very often this season that Marcus Grönholm has led a rally, but in Finland there are none better. Heavy landing there though. Co-driver Timo Raitainen is in serious discomfort. He can't read the notes. He can barely even speak, so hard was the landing, so punishing on his back. It's really winded him. Grönholm was fastest so far though. This is proving a very tricky stage. The undulating landscape has caught out 2 of the world's best. What about the championship leader? Here's that jump. And another massive landing. Again, co-driver Daniel Elena can barely speak. He's completely winded, struggling to utter any pace notes at all. Well, obvious concern from Sebastian Loeb. Go on, said Elena. That was very dramatic, though. Understandably concerned for the state of his good friend and co-driver Daniel Elena. The Frenchman is nearly 4 seconds slower than Grönholm.
I stalled the engine on the starting line, so I lost 3 seconds for that, I think. And then in the middle of the stage, we landed very hard from a jump, and Daniel was crying, so I had to slow down. But seems to be okay, so I'll go faster again.
Grönholm's lead is extended to 8.3 seconds while Solberg continues to drift away from the leading pair. Gardemeister is now just 0.4 of a second behind Marco Martin in a nicely shaping up battle for 4th. As always, Rally Finland is very well supported. The crews move on to the 14-kilometre stage 6, and that too is packed with fans. Many will be cheering on local hero Tony Gardemeister. His best result at home is 6th. He's on course to do better than that. This is his 10th attempt at the event, and experience is so useful here. With just 0.4 of a second to make up on Marco Martin in 4th place, he's pushing very hard indeed.
Vasen lyhyt jatkuu nyppy 8. Huomio pitkä vasen eri plus kirra auke. Jatkuu nyppy 6.
It's been a strong showing so far from the 2003 Finland rally winner Marco Martin. The Estonian has looked off the boil all year, but finally he seems to be hooked up. He's not been outside the top 5 stage times all day. This has certainly been one of his better performances since joining Peugeot.
100, 6 left over crest, 100 flat right.
He's responded well to Gardemeister's challenge too, beating the Ford driver by 4 seconds. For once, it's Sebastian Loeb doing the chasing. This is one of the few rallies where he isn't automatically the favourite. His best result here is 4th, and it's a measure of how far he's come in the past year that he's now fighting for the rally win.
Et ciel de l'Est pour droite 130 plus court, vraiment pas corde. Et gauche 130 plus Milo en ciel.
He's slower through than Petter Solberg, but it's still an impressive showing from Sebastian Loeb. Grönholm's co-driver and brother-in-law Timo Raitainen is still suffering from that heavy landing earlier, and it could force Marcus to back off slightly to prevent further injury. He does sound as though he's still very much in pain. Each of these bumps must be torture. Well, Grönholm's definitely easing off over the numerous finish leaps. He'll come in 8 seconds off the pace. His advantage then just 1.8 seconds after stage 6, while Marco Martin has stretched a small advantage ahead of Tony Gardemeister. Back at service, there'll be concerns that Timo Raitainen is too badly injured to continue. This is going to be a big test for him, his strength, and for the physios. Well, he's in considerable pain, struggling even to get out of the car. But with Grönholm on course for his first win in a year, he'll take the pain and get on with the job in hand.
Timo, it sounds like a very painful incident. What happened?
Yeah, it was indeed very painful. It was a very long jump on stage 5 and we landed heavily. And I damaged my back, something went wrong there, and I couldn't speak for the rest of the stage notes, hardly anything, and I lost my breath for 1 minute at least. And then it was difficult to drive the next one. Markus was ready to stop all the time, and I said we go until the service so that doctor can check, and he said that he understands it's painful but it's not dangerous, so we just put some tape around me and we go again.
Bravery indeed. Loeb is closing on the leader though. Day 1 concludes after this break. Previous 2 stages are repeated next as we near the end of what's been enthralling Day 1 of Rally Finland. Another disappointing performance though from Petter Stolberg on stage 7. Just 4th fastest, nearly 13 seconds off the pace.
We took maybe a little bit too careful over all the jumps, but that's how it is. I'm trying anyway.
Things change so fast here though. You're in the fight still.
Yeah. I'm not giving up at all, I will tell you.
Norwegian still committed to chasing the rally lead then going into stage 8. Due to his frustration at pinning down the car's best setup, Petra's having to push the car above and beyond its limits on occasion. And with that comes inherent risk. And that was a huge moment, a long, lucky escape from a dreadfully wrong landing. Well, he's lost the rear wing and as a result all his downforce, as well as nearly destroying the front end. The car is incredibly difficult to handle now, the wild ride very costly. He lost 20 seconds on stage 8 and a fair degree of the Subaru.
Something at the rear, I think we lost the rear wing. So we hit the first big jump, like a 6-gear jump. We had no downforce at all and we just launched the car. And we didn't even land on the wheels, we landed on the radiator. And then we went into some trees and did all the damage that you can see in the trees. And somehow, I don't know how, but we came back onto the road. Mechanically it's fine, it just looks, it looks worse than it is, it's just bodywork.
Having built up a small cushion ahead of Gardemeister, Marco Martin sets about securing his 4th position. Marco's beaten by Gardemeister on stage 7, but fights back with the 3rd quickest time on stage 8, and following Solberg's off, he moves up to 3rd. Loeb closed within 2 seconds of the leader coming into the penultimate stage of the day. This is the closest battle for a rally win that we've seen in months. The Frenchman is, however, looking fully capable of claiming his first win in Finland. With his 2nd fastest time on stage 8, he's keeping up the pressure on Markus Grönholm. The 2-time world champion will not be fazed by that, though. He's won his home event 4 times, and he's almost in a league of his own over the crests and jumps of Finland.
7 ja oikein täys. 250. Vasen täys yli nypyn.
Grönholm's already set 5 fastest stage times himself today, and he maintains his narrow advantage going into the evening super special. The Finn was fastest again on that 2-kilometre test and holds a lead of nearly 6 seconds ahead of Loeb going into leg 2. Solberg's dropped another position on that super special. It's not looking good for the Norwegian. Brother Henning is in 9th, just outside the points. Armin Schwartz 14th, Skoda's leading nominated driver.
The last stage today was actually really good. We made a small mistake. We lost over a second there easily, and otherwise we would have been very competitive. We were still very close, but if we can avoid the mistakes and try like that, then it should be quite good.
Now Markus is leading with nearly 6-second lead. It was close all the day. I try as fast as possible, and Markus seems to be just a bit faster sometimes. So we'll see tomorrow. We'll try to adjust the setting, try to use a good tyre and try to continue like this.
Tomorrow, Sebastian's going to want to get that number one spot, lead the rally.
Oh yeah, I am sure he wants to do that, but I try to be there, but he's going very well, so it's not easy for me this time.
A dramatic day one here in Finland, and we can expect more speed, bigger jumps and more excitement for the next 2 days. Join us tomorrow to see Gronholm and Loeb resume the fight for victory at 23:30 CET. For now, it's goodbye from the Finnish Grand Prix, Rally Finland.